Hey girl. Hello Virgo, how are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca and I'm going to be doing your general weekly love reading. Now I also do general weekly just in general readings for your zodiac sign, which I'll put a link to up here, Virgo. But because sometimes I do get into love in those readings, but that's for more an overall energy. But for this one, we're just going to be taking a look into you and your person, seeing what's going on between y'all. And then we'll just continue deep diving with it. If this reading is a resonance to you, let me know which card gives you an aha moment if you do get one. If you do get one, I would love to hear how it just like plays out in your life, because I love that kind of feedback, you know? So also I would appreciate it if you were to give me a like and subscribe if you do enjoy this reading style, because it does help out my channel a lot. And I always am super appreciative when you guys take the time to do that for me, because yeah, I understand you don't have to. So let's just get into your energy right now. On your side of things, we're the Page of Water, and I pulled the clarifiers Queen of Cups, Ace of Coins, and then the Eight of Wands. Really good cards. Then in the middle of this energy, we have Nine of Earth. This is talking about enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone. But we have the Lovers card, the High Priestess, as well as the Queen of Swords in the reverse for that. And then on their side, they have the Queen of Water, where they're opening their heart up a little bit more. Two of Swords, they're opening the heart up, but they're still a little bit guarded for some reason. The World card, as well as the Three of Swords. Okay. Let's take in this energy, Virgo. Let's start breaking this down. So, Page of Water. Page of Water is on your side. You're kind of ready. This feels like a new connection. This feels like a new energy, or a new-ish energy. Or at least, the very least, if this is someone that you've been thinking about for a while, kind of like reignited hope, I feel. Reignited hope, because we have with you, as I said, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Coins. So you're feeling like their energy, because the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Water. Like, you're definitely feeling their energy. You feel like this is going like a potentially like really extremely like bountiful relationship, like how this could play out, right? Eight of Wands, like you're trying to just give your everything to this connection, which isn't a bad thing, right? Let's look into the current energies between y'all. Nine of Earth, spending quiet time alone, but I pulled the cards, the Lovers, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the High Priestess. So some understanding needs to happen. So it's interesting, like for your energy, you're wanting to like put your everything into this, Virgo. But the current energy and what it feels like right now, it feels like someone is just, or like what's going on in terms of this energy, it feels almost like that this connection isn't happening. And there's like a question, like there's a question of like, why isn't it happening? But I also feel like with this High Priestess card, there's like a perspective that is happening, of where it's like someone is seeing that there needs to be more healing in place for some person, right? Some self-love needs to happen. And I do feel like it's you seeing it on this other person's side, because they have the Queen of Water. So they're actively trying, Virgo, to open themselves up emotionally, figuring themselves out. But they have so much like pain here. It's kind of like, because they're guarded. Like the thing is, they're trying to open up, but they're extremely guarded with this Two of Swords. They're extremely guarded because of like their world before being extremely like, they were hurt hardcore in the past. While that's not an excuse, right? That's kind of like their reasoning for being guarded. So you can take comfort in the fact, at the very least, that they're not, it has nothing to do with you, right? You don't need to internalize what it is that's going on with this connection. I can understand your frustration though, because it's just like you're trying to make this work out, and it's just like seemingly there's just like a block here. And I really do feel like, if you don't know it already, hopefully this reading does give you the perspective of just kind of realizing, it's just like, give them some space, give them some time to heal, give them like, you know, they're extremely guarded. And the more that you push this, Virgo, I feel like in this connection, the more that they're going to kind of take a step back, I feel. But let's see what's going on for the future, this outcome. We have King of Air on your side, the Emperor card in the middle, and Knight of Earth. So, don't mind me, I'm like, my eyes itching so badly. King of Air for you. You start balancing your emotions. You start taking, like, I see like in the future where you take a step back, Virgo, and you're just like, okay, You're not going to get too invested into this right now. You're no longer going to internalize the situation. You're going to give them time, right? And I feel like when you do give them time, they're going to come back to you fully prepared to pursue you. Nine of Earth comes in where it's just like once they heal themselves, once they figure out what it is that they want, because maybe partially they don't know entirely what it is that they want, right? Maybe they're still trying to figure out their emotions, trying to translate their emotions and figure out what it is that they need to, what is the right step. Just because you already know your life and have it figured out for yourself doesn't necessarily mean that they do either, that they do rather. So keep that in mind. And I really do feel like you're just kind of like 10 steps ahead of them currently in terms of like progression and just like mindset, in terms of how this connection is. Like you already know, have a really good feeling about it. So it's like you're kind of like the energy of being like, well, why do we need to play this game? Why do we have to like take it slow if this could be just a really good thing, right? You're kind of, I understand this energy entirely. Like Peacock, you're wanting this to like have this exist. You're wanting to bring this into existence, and it's just like it just feels like you're just kind of like, I don't want to call you impatient, because I do understand like where it's just like you know what you want and you're just trying to get what you want, sort of thing, right? It's not like impatient. You're just like trying to go after what it is that you know you want and deserve, which isn't a bad thing. The Emperor card in the middle, for the energy for how this is talking about just organization and logic and just like things coming into natural order. I feel like this is one of those things where you just can't rush this connection, Virgo. You can't push this. You kind of just have to see this person for where they are, trust that they're going to be like that night where once they figure out what it is that they want, they pursue you. It's now up to you to kind of decide, like, are you willing to wait for this person to do their healing before they pursue you or not? Because I do feel like things are going to work out in this connection. It's just a matter of will you have the patience for it. So we do have the full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture in the middle of this energy. So that is like asking you to look at a bigger perspective on all of it. I'm not saying that you're being self-involved, Virgo, but it's letting me know like you have to read in between the lines with these cards, Virgo. So this is letting me know like when Spirit's giving you so much emphasis of like hearing it from another perspective, it's kind of like them saying like there's something going on in their lives that you may not know about. They're on their side, they have a full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. So that's why they're guarded. They have like a bunch of like pent up negative emotions, nothing to do with you, I feel, just like with this past hurt from this past connection that they're trying to work through, Virgo. And it's like if you try to force it now, you're going to be dealing with those negative emotions that they didn't get to release beforehand. Full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. Yeah, Spirit's letting you know like there's nothing wrong with you. Obviously, like it has nothing to do with you. Like the more that you're yourself, the easier it is going to be for this person to come back to you. Don't feel like you have to change anything in your life, Virgo. I kind of can't help but feel like you need to be told that you're more than enough for how you are now. Don't internalize like just because someone isn't responding to you into the same way and you're not feeling appreciated. You are absolutely appreciated. You are a beautiful human being, Virgo. They're just in their own head. They're trying to figure themselves out, but don't take that on as like a personal thing with you. It really is not personal. I don't see any cards here where it's like any negative emotion attached for you. So yeah, I pulled some more clarifiers. Hanged Man on your side. This is where it's just like talking about like that perspective. But here's the beautiful thing. I pulled the Empress card in the middle of the energy. So counterparts here. You guys are going to like end up linking up together again. It's just like your Emperor or your Empress has to figure themselves out first. They have to figure out what help themselves realize that they're the Emperor or the Empress and realize that they're worthy of this connection. Because maybe their past connection, Six of Cups, this talks about looking at the past. Some type of past connection may have like made them feel devalued or just not good enough in some type of way. So it's like they're just working through those emotions, you know. They are just doing their own thing. And I do feel like I said it before, like I do feel like this is going to be such a good connection long term. But it's like if you force it beforehand, you're going to be dealing with some of their past issues, I do feel. So that's just something to do, like have in perspective. Is like if you try to make maybe you can make this connection work right now, but I feel like you'll deal with a little bit more like drama because of it. because of like their past repressed stuff. So give them a little bit more time. Give them a little bit more time. Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. Yeah, here's the thing. Six of Swords and Knight of Swords, this is one of those things where it's like, you know you can come back. You just need to take yourself away from it, the situation right now, and put yourself first. Don't internalize this. This is just a time for you to do your own soul searching. This is a time for you to really just like fall in love with yourself more, with showing the world the real you. What is that really, truly, what is like the real you for you, you know? What is the real you for you? Such deep questions on this channel, right? But I do feel like this is more of a time for you to just like fall in love with yourself and figure out like how you want to express yourself further, right? We always can go on a journey to self and learn more about ourselves. And I do feel like the more you learn about yourself, once this person heals their past stuff, they're just going to fall in love with you so greatly. And you guys are going to complete each other, because it's like, they're going to realize that they can be comfortable with you, right? They're going to realize, like, because you're so sure of yourself, it's going to inspire them to be sure of themselves, and they will only come to you when they're sure of themselves. And it's like when two whole people come, this is like a situation where two whole people come together. And there's no sooner, no later than necessary. It's like perfect timing for it. I do feel that. But yeah, I hope this reading was helpful to you, Virgo, in some type of way. If this reading did give you some hope on some level, I would love for you to give me a like and subscribe. But until next time, Virgo, I love you so much. Bye.